The most terrifying foods in Asia _ Part 3. (1) Mouse embryo. China is famous for its rich and diverse cuisine. However, it also produces many delicacies that make people scream when they indulge in them. Among them, the standout is the live mouse embryo dish, also known as san jie. It is considered the most horrific and cruel dish among the bizarre foods in the world. Mouse embryo, also known as three screams, is considered a delicacy in China. When diners use chopsticks to pick up the mice, they will be startled and emit the first scream. When immersed in the sauce, they will emit the second scream. The final scream is when the newborn mouse is placed in the diner's mouth. Witnessing the scene of eating live red mice that are still moving until they die in agony in the diner's mouth, many people can't help but shudder, tremble, and even faint. Apart from the famous live mouse embryo dish, in many regions of China, mouse embryos are also processed into other dishes such as mouse embryo hot pot or mouse embryo infused liquor. Many people believe that eating this dish helps replenish the kidneys and enhance vitality and improve sexual function. Putting these live baby mice into one's mouth is truly a horrifying experience. 2. Live octopus tentacles. This dish originates from South Korea and is called sanakji. It is considered a quite terrifying dish, with the main ingredient being live octopus. If one does not want to eat the whole octopus, they can cut it into small pieces, but the tentacles still wriggle on the plate. It is usually eaten with sesame oil and sesame seeds. When ordered, the chef prepares the dish. The wriggling octopus tentacles are marinated with spices and immediately served. Even when placed in the mouth, the small tentacles still wriggle if you don't chew carefully. This is certainly not a dish for the faint-hearted. While eating, diners are reminded to chew carefully before the tentacles stick to the throat. The dish sanakji always makes foreigners hesitant when experiencing Korean cuisine. It exclusively uses freshly cut small octopus, served with sesame oil and sesame seeds. Even when cut into small pieces, the octopus tentacles are still moving, and they will cling to the diner's tongue and mouth cavity. If not swallowed carefully, these tentacles can stick to the throat and cause choking. If they get stuck, you can suffocate to death. This delicacy is classified as one of the most dangerous foods in the world. Therefore, it is one of the strange and challenging dishes in Korean cuisine. Although sanakji is considered a dangerous dish, Koreans still introduce this delicacy to foreign guests because they believe this culinary experience is very interesting. 3. Bat soup. The culinary world, with its relentless creativity, never ceases to amaze and delight us. Alongside visually appealing dishes that stimulate the senses, there are also many dishes with an eerie appearance that not everyone dares to try. One of the most terrifying dishes that frightens many people is the specialty of whole bat soup in China, Cambodia, and Palau. Bats are peculiar creatures as they have both wings and mammalian features. These animals mainly operate at night, and their habitat is in darkness. They are often referred to as the chickens of the cave because their meat has a taste similar to chicken. In many places in Asia, whole bat soup has become a specialty dish, most popular in China, Palau, and Cambodia. Despite being hailed as a delicacy, this dish has an incredibly creepy and horrifying appearance. For Western tourists, just looking at this whole bat soup is enough to make them turn pale with fear, and they truly lack the courage to taste it, even though it is advertised as an incredibly nutritious dish. In terms of appearance, the whole bat soup specialty looks incredibly terrifying. In the bowl of soup, you can see a whole bat lying intact with its dark fur, a somewhat frightening face, and its fur, whiskers, wings, and eyes still intact, staring back at you. Despite the debates about its benefits, one undeniable fact is that whole-butt soup is not a delicacy for everyone due to its extremely eerie and terrifying appearance. Would you dare to indulge in a dish that features a whole intact bat with all its body parts, intimidatingly waiting to be consumed? 4. Coconut worm. The coconut worm is perhaps one of the most emotionally charged dishes for both the eater and the witness. The coconut worm is an insect that lives inside coconut trees and resembles a giant worm, constantly wriggling. In Vietnam, the coconut worm is considered a delicacy because it is not always readily available, and each worm can cost several tens of thousands of Vietnamese dong. The common way to eat it is to pour a salty fish sauce into a bowl, add crushed chili, and then drop the live coconut worm into the sauce. The eater uses their hands to pick up the head of the worm and then puts the entire worm into their mouth. The coconut worm has a fatty taste and is a favorite dish among drinkers. 5. Cow dung hot pot. Despite its unappealing name, cow dung hot pot does not contain animal feces. In reality, the main component of this dish is undigested food from the cow's stomach. However, this dish still ranks as the most horrifying in China. It is known as a specialty dish of the people in Daiju, a region in the southeastern province of Guizhou, China. And this dish is only prepared by the locals on special occasions such as the Lunar New Year. To achieve the required standard for the cow dung hot pot, the cook must be skillful and meticulous. According to the locals, before slaughtering the cow, they feed it with plenty of fresh grass and herbs. Afterward, they extract the undigested food from the cow's stomach and intestines, and then squeeze out the thick liquid substance. Usually, the liquid from the young intestine is more bitter compared to that from the stomach. The broth for the hot pot is also seasoned with salt, oil, spices, pepper, ginger, orange peel, and cassia leaves. Due to the presence of digestive secretions from the stomach and young intestine, the hot pot broth has a mild bitter taste. Depending on each family's preference, the flavors in the broth can be adjusted, but the distinctive aroma remains constant. Typically, when nearing the end of the hot pot, people in Daiju add some traditional Chinese medicine ingredients to make it even more delicious. They believe that this dish is beneficial for the digestive system. The locals also share stories of someone who had severe diarrhea and couldn't be cured despite taking medicine, but after consuming the cow dung hot pot, the illness miraculously disappeared. And we cannot ignore the unique smell of this dish. Those who have tried it say that the hot pot has a scent resembling a mix of rotten grass and cow dung. Due to the elaborate preparation process, the locals only cook the cow dung hot pot on important occasions when all family members are present, especially during the Lunar New Year. At that time, everyone gathers around the hot pot, braving the cold weather in the early days of the year. 6. Fresh monkey brain. The Chinese believe that this is a great overall tonic dish. Since ancient times, kings and emperors used this rare delicacy to entertain foreign guests, and even today, people still believe that it is extremely nourishing. This dish originated when Queen Tu-Heap of ancient China used it to treat foreign envoys. It is believed that the monkey's brain is the most delicious part, containing numerous nutrients that enhance intelligence. Particularly, the fresher the monkey brain, the higher its value. The unfortunate monkey is tied upright, with its head supported by a frame and two crescent-shaped wooden pieces placed on either side, exposing the brain while the hair on the top of the head is shaved off. A small chisel and a hammer are used to quickly remove the skull, revealing the brain, still covered in blood. The diner will use a spoon to eat it directly. Importantly, it must be eaten quickly before the monkey dies. To enhance the flavor, some people add a little cooking oil and spices, making the monkey endure unimaginable pain. Despite the diner's pleasure in savoring the taste of the fresh brain above, underneath lies the agonizing screams of the monkey before its death. However, this only adds to the excitement for the diners. This dish is considered the most inhumane in the world. Although there is no evidence of the brain being nutritious or not, consuming it raw can easily lead to death due to Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. This is a highly fatal brain disease, and if not treated promptly, it can result in immediate death.